Hey guys, today we're going to talk about Delta and the Bannermen. So, watching Delta and the Bannermen for the second time, I'll talk about part 3 and then I'll talk about the series as a whole. At least there's stuff going on in part 3. I enjoy the bit when they trick the Bannermen into getting the honey all over them. They get attacked by the bees. That's hilarious. I love that. I still like Burton a lot, the guy who kind of runs the camp. I love that guy. I just love him. The guy playing him, I wish I had that kind of energy. That guy's great. I still like the guy playing, was it Garrick, the villain? He's good. His death is a little, kind of did it to himself, because he set up that trap for the Tardis and then stumbled into it. It's fine. It's not bad. It's not the most well thought out, but it's fine. The love story between Delta and Billy seems like it happens a little too fast, and Billy, boy, when he's smitten to the point he's even taking drugs that can kill him to change into kind of one of their people so he can be with her. That's, well, you thought Cliff and Joe got together fast. This is like literally half the time in 3 episodes here. And he's leaving all of that behind. It's just, that's a little quick. We just gloss over that. I still like Ray in this. The actress playing Ray is good. Again, the guy playing Garrick is good. His death is a little disappointingly quick. And the fact that overloaded the force field to where the Doctor could just... Seemed like they ran out of time to explain how the Doctor could get to the TARDIS, so they just wrote that in real quick. And Garrick absorbed all the energy, and the force field booby trap is disarmed. A little convenient, but sure, whatever. The execution of it is fine. There's not as much Benny Hill music. There is a couple scenes early on where it does it's almost like Benny Hill music. It's terrible. Not nearly as bad as episode 2. The incidental music in this part, in part 3, wasn't nearly as bothersome other than that. The Americans just feel wasted. I don't know why they're there other than to have Gabby Hayes there. They're so stereotypical. I mean, it's not bad. It's nothing done with malice or anything. It's not... I'm not offended by it. I think it's hilarious more than anything. They're very stereotypical. You've got, of course, I guess that's Gabby Hayes there with his New York accent. And then the other cop's supposed to be from the South. It's funny. It's comic relief, if nothing else. The story as a whole, Delta's interesting. Delta is... I think if you approach Delta kind of the way I approach like Horns of Nymon, where it's just kind of camp silly, it can be fine. I still don't think it's good. Like Horns of Nymon, I love. I just love it. It's so hilariously funny. This isn't that. It's watchable. Not one I would want to go watch a lot. It's kind of like The Idiot's Lantern in the sense that I want to watch it about once every 7 or 8 years, maybe. That might sum it up pretty well. It's watchable. Is it good? No. Is it watchable? Sure. I mean, it's not the worst I've seen. I went from part 1 being resigned to the fact that my patrons and YouTube members voted on me to rewatch it to, by the end of it, not minding I was rewatching it. I won't say enjoying I was rewatching it, but not minding I was rewatching it. There are things that elevate it. Again, the cast. I tend to like the cast. Some more than others, but nobody, I think, is doing a bad job. Everybody's doing decent to really good. Delta is fine. Billy is okay. But I really like Ray, and I really like Burton, and I really like Garrick, or Gavick, or whatever his name is, the leader of the Bannermen. I like him. So those little things elevate it. Some of the 50s music, especially in part 1, is kind of nice. The guy playing Charlie's pretty good, too. I like him. The bus being destroyed. It's interesting how you look at the effect of the bus being destroyed. You could headcanon that it teleported away right as the shot hit. That's possible. It's not mentioned again by the Doctor or anyone. So it's very possible maybe they escaped if you wanted to headcanon it that way. Maybe Mel and the Bannerman leader just didn't realize it, but maybe they teleported right as it hit. It's possible. So I guess that's kind of up to you to decide the way it's shot. If not, you had a whole busload of people die, and it's never touched on after Mel's like, no! Okay. And the Doctor never comments on it at all, so that's kind of up to you. The location work always looks weird when it's on. Some stories more than others. This one is more noticeable to me when they switch to the outdoor cameras. Like, even in stories when they use the 2-inch tape, it never bothers me as much. Like Suntaran Experiment, Stones of Blood, Robot. It's not really that bothersome, but for some reason, sometimes Battlefield has this problem too, where when they're shooting on location, it just looks weird that it's on camera and not on film. That really throws me. This is one of those, and Battlefield is too, where it really throws me off with the location work being on camera. And sadly, I wish it had been on film, because they did a really good job of keeping up with footage for the McCoy era. So if it had been on film, this probably would have looked gorgeous. So that's highly disappointing. It's fine. If my sum up for Delta and the Bannermen is, it's not good. It's not good. It's still one of my least favorite Classic Who stories, but it's miles better than some of the stuff Modern Who puts out, like the worst of Modern Who. I mean, there's a lot better in Modern Who than this, a lot better. But there's also some worse, much, much worse. So, still one of my least favorites of Classic Who, though. But I appreciate it a little more now than I did before. So that's something. Maybe Bobby will like that. Maybe Bobby will enjoy that. So I want to know what you think of Delta and the Bannermen. So comment down below and let me know. Don't forget to click the like button and the subscribe button as well. Also, if you want to have a say in some of the stories I rewatch, check out my Patreon. I do tend to do votes there for stories to rewatch. This story is actually a result of that. My patrons and YouTube members voted on it. Also, at certain tiers and above, people get video requests. I think my $10 tier and up, people get video requests per month. So if there's stuff you want me to watch and review. I also do have YouTube memberships available. My P.O. box is down there if there's anything you'd like to send. My Amazon wish list is down there. If you want to check that out and see if there's anything you'd like to send. I think the main Doctor Who story I'm looking forward to getting now from someone would probably be the War Machines. I really want to give the War Machines a rewatch. So if anyone has a spare copy of the War Machines. I want to give a shout out to some of my top tier patrons, Stephen Crane, Colin Coney, and Finn Perkins. I appreciate their support, as I do the support of all of my patrons. It is appreciated. Most importantly, thank you for watching.